Please welcome from Newcastle upon Tyne, Mr. Bill Jones.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice to be here. I hope you're all well. As a matter of fact, I'm not feeling very well myself. I haven't been able to get much sleep lately. I saw my doctor a couple of weeks ago. She said, "What's the problem?" I said, "I snore so loud that I keep waking myself up." She said, "Well, you'll have to sleep in another room." Anyway, I've decided that I'm not getting enough exercise. So I went to the swimming pool yesterday. I climbed up to the highest diving board. Suddenly, someone shouted, "Don't dive! There's no water in the pool." I said, "That's okay. I can't swim." Do you know, I once travelled from Edinburgh to London without a ticket. Didn't cost me a penny. My friend said, "How did you manage to do that?" I said, "I walked." Children are funny, aren't they? I heard two little boys talking on the bus the other day. One said, "When I grow up, I'm going to marry the girl who lives next door." But the other one said, "Why?" And the first one said, "Because I'm not allowed to cross the road." And I heard a little girl talking to her father. Her father said, "Why have you been telling all your friends that I'm stupid?" The little girl said, "Sorry, I didn't know it was supposed to be a secret." Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been nice talking to you. Good night.
Bill Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Evening gown. Patent leather belt. Microphone cord. Automatic doors. Laser lights. Stainless steel pillars. Neon lights. Christmas stockings. Candy cane. Christmas bells. Sleigh. Witch. Clown. Applause. Club soda. Orange juice. Coffee table. Mineral water. Lemon. Sleigh.
Hello?
Anna?
Oh, hello, Dad.
Hello, Gran.
Hello, Andrew.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. That's why I'm in hospital.
Uncle William.
Elizabeth, this is a pleasant surprise.
Captain,
What is it, O'Hara?
listen.
It is vital that no one be allowed in and that no one be allowed out.
No one at all, sir?
No one at all, Sergeant.
Ladies and gentlemen, to open this year's travel fair, Mr. William Jones of Sunshine Travel. We'll have solved all the world's problems. Dr. Winter, do you agree with that?
No, I don't.
What do you think, Doctor?
Well, Mr. Lincoln, I think you ought to stop smoking.
Tom loves a little girl in his class at school. Her name is Becky Thatcher. He has written, "I love you" on his slate, and has shown it to her. During the lunch break, Tom and Becky are talking in the empty classroom.
Say, Becky, were you ever engaged?
What's that?
Why, engaged to be married.
No.
Would you like to?
I reckon so. I don't know. What is it like?
Like? Why, it ain't like anything. You only just tell a boy you won't ever have anybody but him. Ever, ever, ever. And then you kiss, and that's all. Anybody can do it.
Kiss? What do you kiss for?
Why, that, you know, is to, well, they always do that.
Everybody?
Why, yes. Everybody that's in love with each other. Do you remember what I wrote on the slate?
Yes.
What was it?
I shan't tell you.
Shall I tell you?
Yes, but some other time.
No, now.
No, not now. Tomorrow.
Oh, no, now. Please, Becky. I'll whisper it. I'll whisper it ever so easy.
Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Aristotle's 3 laws of logic. 1. A is A. 2. A cannot be both A and not A. 3. A must be either A or not A. Asimov's 3 laws of robotics. 1. A robot may not injure a human being. or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. 2. A robot must obey orders given to it by a human being, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. 3. A robot must protect its own existence, as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law.
You're from Kuwait, Ahmed, aren't you?
I am, yes. I work as a petroleum engineer there.
Is this your first trip abroad?
Oh, no, not at all. I've been to England many times. And I've traveled to the States as well. In fact, I worked there in Texas for 2 years.
And may I ask the purpose of your visit here to Britain this time?
I'm very interested in North Sea gas.
Oh, you haven't come here to buy, have you, Ahmed?
No, not to buy. To learn a little, perhaps. In Kuwait, we have been more concerned with oil than with gas.
I see. But, seriously, Ahmed, could you tell us a little more about production of natural gas from crude oil?
What would you like to know?
Well, I was wondering if you could give us some idea of how much gas a certain volume of crude can contain.
Yes, but first of all, I must say that it's difficult to give a simple answer. You will understand, of course, that crude oils differ from well to well and from reservoir to reservoir.
Certainly.
But perhaps I can give you a particular example.
Fine, Ahmed.
In my country, at a place called Burgan, we have a very large reservoir with a great many oil wells. In the reservoir, Burgan crude contains about 80 times its own volume of dissolved gas.
80 times its own volume? Well, that means that 1 cubic foot of Burgan crude can produce about 80 cubic feet of gas at the surface.
True. About 80 cubic feet of dissolved gas in every cubic foot of crude in the reservoir.
May I smoke here, miss?
Sorry, sir. This is a smoking area.
Oh, sorry. I forgot I was in the plane. I always smoke at this time every day. I have to, or I'll have a headache.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now serving coffee. Sir, you'd better have a cup of coffee.
Thanks. I'll have a cup.
Ow!
Frightened. Curled hair. Braided hair. Refreshments. Seat belt.
Sir, you'd better have a cup of coffee.
Suggestion. Falling through the crack. Life jacket. Bouncing up and down. Carton of cigarettes. A cigarette.
Wrong.
Vexed. Sound asleep.
Please welcome from America, Mr. Bob Allen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
It's nice to be here. I hope you're all well. As a matter of fact, I've been feeling a little depressed lately. I saw my doctor a couple of weeks ago. I said, "Doctor, I'm depressed. I'm in show business, and I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't act, and I can't play a musical instrument." She said, "Well, you'll have to find another job." I said, "I can't do that, doctor. I'm a star." Actually, I took singing lessons once. After a couple of lessons, I said to my wife, "What kind of songs should I sing?" She said, "You should sing Christmas carols. Then we'd only have to listen to you once a year." She's a strange lady, my wife. She went into a bank the other day to cash a check. The guy in the bank said, "Before I can cash the check, you'll have to identify yourself." So she took a mirror out of her bag, looked at herself in the mirror, and said, "Yeah, that's me." I almost didn't get here this evening. I had a small problem at the hotel. I hate having to wait for taxis, so I said to the hotel doorman, "Could you call me a taxi immediately?" He said, "Sure, you're a taxi." I was telling you about my doctor before. She has some strange patients. There was a guy there once who thought he was a dog. I was talking to him in the waiting room. He was sitting on the floor looking really depressed. I said, "Why don't you take a seat? You'd be more comfortable." He said, "I'm not allowed to sit on the furniture." We're having a great time here in Britain. My wife is with me on the trip. Last weekend, we were in Wales. Beautiful country. We took a little train through the hills. A little country train stopped every 2 or 3 minutes at little stations, and it went so slowly. It was incredible. I said to the driver, "Can't you go a little faster?" He said, "Yes, but I'm not allowed to leave the train." Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been nice talking to you. Good night.
Baron, ladies and gentlemen. He certainly seems to meet some strange people. Actually, I have a friend who's a little strange. I saw her the other day. She'd just got back from a holiday in Switzerland. I said, "What did you think of the scenery?" She said, "I couldn't see much of it. There were a lot of mountains in the way." And my neighbour's really strange. Mr. Hepplewhite. I used to see him in his kitchen every morning, standing by the window, hitting himself on the head with a loaf of bread. I couldn't understand it. Anyway, I didn't say anything. Then one day he was standing there, hitting himself on the head with a chocolate cake. Well, I couldn't stop myself. I had to ask him about it. I said, "Every day you hit yourself on the head with a loaf of bread, but today you're hitting yourself on the head with a chocolate cake." He said, "Yes, today's my birthday." Strange. Well, before we leave you, ladies and gentlemen, some advice on medical problems.
Doctor?
Yes, what's the problem?
On this medicine it says take 4 teaspoons before every meal.
That's right.
I won't be able to do that, Doctor.
Why not?
I've only got 3 teaspoons. Doctor?
Yes, what's the problem?
After the operation, will I be able to play the violin?
Yes, of course you will.
That's fantastic. I've never been able to play it before. Doctor?
Yes, what's the problem?
I've never been able to tell the truth. I can't stop telling lies.
I don't believe you.
Doctor?
Yes, what's the problem?
I've never been able to talk to people. Everyone ignores me.
Next.
Wig. Tank dress. Ice bucket. Stage. Pocket watch. Townhomes. Knitted bell sleeve.
Hello, Norman.
Hi, Frank. Stella.
Hi.
Are you doing anything later this evening? We're going for a meal. Perhaps you're to join us.
Thanks, but I'm meeting my cousin.
Daisy?
Yes. We're supposed to be meeting here at 7:30, which is bound to be late. She usually is. She won't get here until after 8. I'm willing to bet on it.
I saw her yesterday.
Who, Daisy?
Yes. You know what she said to me?
What?
She said, "Let me give you some advice. Never forget, if you're wearing one red sock and one blue sock, you're bound to have another pair like that in the cupboard."
Well, that sounds like good advice.
I think she's a little crazy, you know.
No, she's just got an unusual sense of humour. What would you like to drink?
Jerboa. Chocolate bars with nuts. Braces. Chamomile plant. Indian silk scarf.
The modal verb, must, its limitations. Next year, I will have to work very hard. I hate having to wait for buses. I've often had to wait 20 minutes. Yesterday, I had to wait 40 minutes.
Other phrases substituting for auxiliary verb.
Be obliged to.
Because of the country's financial situation, the government was obliged to raise taxes.
Be able to.
Will you be able to come to my party?
Be allowed to.
We were not allowed to wear jeans at school.
Be permitted to.
Passengers are permitted to smoke in the smoking section only.
Be supposed to.
We're supposed to be meeting here at 7:30.
Be bound to.
Think positively, and you're bound to succeed.
Be willing to.
Mr. Johnson was always willing to help a neighbour.
Be unwilling to.
I offered him £50, but he was unwilling to accept it.